All right. Today we're making probably one of the most iconic American stews on the planet. We're making some chili. Anytime, any place, anyone, everybody loves chili, all right? You might be saying, ooh, not me, I'm a vegetarian. Dude, vegetarians have a type of chili. It's not good, but it's still chili, all right? Let's get started.
Good things are coming. Good things.
Okay, like always, I say cooking should be fun and relaxing. So please grab your relaxing juice. Let's get started. All right, we're gonna start off with our fats. We're gonna get about, I'd say, about a tablespoon or so, tablespoon and a half of butter. And we're gonna grab a little bit of our bacon fat. If you don't have bacon fat, you can definitely just rely on butter for this. Here we go. But that bacon's gonna give us that nice, rich umami in this chili. All right, and I checked this time. That is the correct way to use it. So, points to me today. Woohoo. All right, but now we're gonna get on our veggies. And you're gonna want one whole onion. Now these are sweet onions that I have found. There we go. And I'm just using my leftover onions. If you have leftovers at home, I recommend using those first. All right, and we're gonna dice these up. All right, and in the pot it goes on a medium-low heat, okay? Next thing we're gonna use, this might be a little bit controversial out there, but I'm gonna throw in some carrots.
No.
If you're at home and you're using carrots, I'd say one full carrot will do it. I use baby carrots just because I'm lazy and I don't want to have to peel my carrots before I use them. Plus they come pre-washed, so it's saving me a couple of steps. Alrighty, now all this is going to go in to join the onions. Now I'm going to give the onions and carrots a little bit of a stir just to make sure that they get that fat just all on them. Alright, make sure you cover them with a lid while you are preparing your meat.
That's what she said.
Alright, next up we're going to get our beef. Right here we have a little bit over a pound. I'd say this is about 1.33 pounds to 1.5 pounds of 80-20 ground beef. Higher fat content will give you better flavor, okay? So don't be afraid of the higher fat. Give me just a second to wash my hands. We're gonna season this with a bit of ground salt, black pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, and this is the most important thing, it's chili, so chili powder. All right, don't be afraid to season it a little bit heavily. This is a lot of beef, and it's going to season pretty much our entire pot of chili, all right? Last but not least, I'm throwing on some paprika. Smoked paprika is good. I think I have just some Spanish paprika. It's quite nice. I'm gonna rub all this together. Okay. There we are. I'm gonna flip this over and season it the exact same way on the other side. That's mostly the seasoning I'm going to be using for this meat, all right? My wife doesn't prefer spicy food quite as much as I do, and then my daughter is 1 and 3 months old almost. So they can't do super high spice, but it'll still taste like a really solid chili, and it'll be good, all right? If you really want to burn your mouth out or add a little extra spice, throw in some cayenne pepper, red pepper flakes, throw in some jalapenos, of course, that's the one everybody knows about. So anyway, I'm going to actually, let's see here. No, okay. I think it's time to throw our beef into the pot. But hang on, let's take a look. Okay. I'm actually going to leave the beef like this. I'm going to put it on a plate. There we go. I'm going to set this off to the side and let these spices absorb into the ground beef. All right, next we're going to do our other meat that's going into this chili. I have some smoked thick cut bacon just from Costco, all right. There we go. All right, and I'm actually going to toss this bacon in. I'm going to toss this bacon in. I'm going to toss this bacon in along with my... Oh my goodness. Sorry, she got a taste of the camera and now I've made a monster. Anyway, I'm going to throw this bacon in along with my vegetables. The longer this cooks with those, the better it'll be. We're stacking that flavor up. You might be asking yourself at home, if I'm going to throw in bacon anyway, why did I throw in the bacon fat to begin with? Because I'm an American and that's going to taste delicious. Last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to throw in about, I'd say, a teaspoon, maybe 2 teaspoons of crushed garlic. If you have fresh garlic at home, please use that. I just think this is a little bit easier, and it's going to go right in that pot. Now we're going to let the veggies and that bacon kind of go for, I'd say, a few minutes here until the onions start to get nice and soft and translucent. You could even let it go a little bit longer until they start to caramelize, and that's going to be fantastic. But we'll just let them go until they start getting translucent, okay? So I will see everybody in about, I'd say, 3 to 5 minutes. All right. See you then. Let's take a look at our veggies and bacon. Okay. Oh, this smells fantastic. There we go. If I were going to go for a vegetable soup, this is a perfect start. But of course, we're going for chili. So, let's toss in... Oh, you know what? First, let's toss in a little bit of this. This is a trick that all of the other cooking YouTubers do. Like Sam does it, Babish does it, they all do it. I'm doing it just to see if it works. I'm throwing some spice, some chili powder directly on my heat. And let's do some paprika too, just to see what happens. I don't know if it actually does anything. Like, they all claim that it makes the spices that much more intense, but honestly, I think it's just the spices are getting hot and you're smelling them, so it seems intense. But anyway, that's what they say to do, so that's what I'm doing. Alrighty. Gonna let that, here we go, stir it up. Okay, now let's throw in our beef. And we're gonna let that go until the bottom of this is a little bit brown. I'm actually gonna turn my heat up to about a medium. Let this cook for about, somewhere around 3 minutes or so. 3-4 minutes. We're letting the bottom of the meat get browned out. And then once that happens, we're gonna flip it, hopefully sear the other side a little bit, and then we're gonna break our beef up, okay? So, see you in about 3 minutes. Let's take a look at her. All right. Maybe can't see this quite. Let's try the other hand. Yeah. Oh my goodness, the other guys make it look so easy. There we are. We got some good color on the bottom here. And we're gonna let this go for another, say, 2-3 minutes. Let that bottom get nice and seared off. And I'll see you then. All right, let's check our color. Oh. All right, that is looking really nice. So now we're just gonna break this beef up as best we can. We're gonna let this cook, but I'm also gonna throw in a little bit of tomatoes. This is a can of tomatoes. There you go. There we are, there we are. Might throw in a second can of tomatoes here, just seeing how I like it. And this is my second controversial addition to this. I don't even know if it's that controversial, but I'm throwing in some beans. There's a weird stereotype that Texans hate beans in chili, or they don't call chili with beans chili, something like that. But if you're a Texan, or you know somebody with an opinion from Texas, can you let me know how they think about this and tell me in the comments below or something? All right. And I'm also I'm not going to waste any of this yummy, yummy juice here. I'm going to fill up this can with some water. Dump it in. Gonna do the same with the tomato can. There you go. And you have just made yourself some chili stock, just like that. It's just that easy, folks. All right, we're gonna let this go on a, I'm gonna say medium low heat with the lid on it. Okay, and I'll see everybody in about a half hour, 45 minutes. Okay, the overall cook time from right now until it's done is about an hour and a half minimum, 2 hours preferable. Okay, so I'll see everybody in a half hour, 45 minutes. Get yourself some relaxing juice. We are back. Got a nice rolling boil going here. Time to check on our chili. There we go. Break it all up. There we go. Don't forget to scrape down the edges of your stew pot here. There's a bunch of really good flavor on the edges of this. There we go. Now, let's give her a taste.
Then he tastes it.
Pretty good flavor. I'm gonna get one more little taste here.
He tastes it and tastes it, then tastes it some more.
All right. I am gonna throw in just a little bit more chili powder. Just a little bit more chili powder in there. There we go. This is why I recommend tasting it as you're cooking it. There we go. And I'm going to let this all cook down eventually so it gets nice and thick and more like a stew rather than a soup. And that flavor is going to intensify, but I want to make sure that my spice is right where I need it. Anywho, the last thing I'm going to add to this chili while it's in this pot. Hang on, my manager is saying hello. Ooh, I got some balsamic vinaigrette. I'm going to throw in a little bit of that. There we go. About a teaspoon's worth of that. We're stacking our flavors, everybody. We're building that umami.
He said it! He said it!
There we go. I'm getting it right this time. I might as well use it as much as I can. Okay. Let's give her one more taste.
That's what we're after right there, fellas. There she is.
Oh yeah, that is absolutely perfect. I nailed it on the head for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this cook the same medium high. I might go a little bit warmer, but I'm going to let all that moisture cook out of my chili. Periodically, I'm going to stir it and I'm going to scrape the bottom and the sides down here just to keep as much flavor as I can. I'm going to thicken this soup into a stew, like I said before, and it's going to intensify the flavors. And that's what's going to make this chili go from pretty good to oh my god, where have you been my whole life? Okay? So, this will probably take about, another half hour, 45 minutes. Alright? Now, if you have the time, you can turn this all the way down to low, put the lid back on, like halfway, like this, kind of like that, and let it cook for another 2-3 hours if you want to, okay? I don't have that kind of time. We got supper coming up here in about a half hour, 45 minutes, so I'm gonna let this cook down now, all right? So see you guys then. All right, welcome back. It's been about 45 minutes or so since we saw this chili. Of course, I've been stirring it down, scraping down the edges and all that, but look how thick it's getting. That's quite nice, all right? I could go a little further and make the flavor a bit more intense, but family's hungry, so here we go. Let's take a taste of this.
An explosion of flavor!
That is wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. If you want it a little bit spicier, then what you can do, here's an easy fix. If you have some like spicy salsa in the fridge or something, toss like a couple teaspoons of that in there because the vegetables are very compatible with chili. Stir that in. Or, like I said, you can throw in some more chili pepper, all that. If it's too spicy, throw in about a half a cup of milk and let that cook through for about 10-20 minutes, and that'll weaken the spices for you, all right? Anywho, this is tasting just about perfect for me. I'll see you guys for the plating. There we have it, a delightful chili. Let's see here. The only thing that makes it better, I gotta have a little slice of cheddar on there. Let it melt in a little bit. Along with some crackers. There you go. Now that is a really good bowl of chili. So let's take a taste.
Oh my god.
This is fantastic. The only way I can describe this bowl of chili is it's like that really good friend you have. Dependable, Always there when you need him. He's not the spiciest, he's not the hottest, but my God, he is a people pleaser. Maybe that's why your mom likes him so much. Anyway, that's all I have today for the chili. Please let me know in the comments down below. Let me hear about the carrots I put in there, yay or nay on the carrots. If you don't like putting carrots in there, you can always put in poblano or some bell peppers, and that'll serve a similar purpose. Yep. Let me know about the beans. If you cannot find a can of chili beans, please use some pinto beans. That's essentially what the chili beans are. You just have to add a few more spices, a little more chili powder and paprika, a little more salt and pepper, and you pretty much have it. All right. Besides that, please let me know. Follow me on the social media. Send me messages. Send me pictures of things you're making. I want to see how everybody's progressing. Yep. Yeah. Please subscribe. I'm trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers so I can monetize this thing. If you want to buy a t-shirt or something, please go to my merch store and buy a t-shirt or a mug. I got hats and stuff too. I think that's all I have for today. Have a good one. Gonna go have some chili. I'm going to thicken this soup into a stew, like I said before, and it's going to intensify the flavors. And that is going to turn this chili into pretty good to, oh my God, how has this... and that is going to... I'm going to let this soup turn...